Yo. All right, we're back. Very nice. Okay, we're back. Thank you. All right, so I learned a couple of things last time. You know, because this is still a learning process for me, you know, and because of that, what I learned is about, you know, her skin is very white, right? So I figured I didn't want to shade it in at all. I ended up doing it just to kind of fill it up. It didn't look right to me. C'est le bon. It's good. Well, thank you. Très bien. Dude, you gotta go to France then, dude. Do some of them French Alps. So yeah, so I will be filling in the skin here very lightly though, just so that you can see that it's textured, because the brightest spot is her iris, the little reflection in the iris, but also the sclera is also pretty white. It's not as white as this, so I might just add a little bit more tone to it, just so that this is the brightest thing. And then you leave some white spots. So because the reflections are the brightest spots, essentially everything else needs to have some sort of tone in it. But the good thing with this kind of pen, that these cheap pens do, is that they're very versatile and you can get really light in it. So what I'm gonna do right now is just put this ink in here. Start very lightly adding some tone in here. So you probably, I don't know if you can see it, I can see it. And is adding some marks. I'm gonna go as pretty much as light as possible. And I kind of already messed up in a way. But again, this is a learning process. It's the direction using with the pen. Also last time I was kind of rushing a little bit. These kinds of drawings you want to go really light. Sorry with that. We want to go light too, but you also be very patient with the lines. Probably can't see the lines that I'm making here. They're very light. Personally, I don't think this is like one of the better ones I've tried. Again, it's a learning process. Will I try watercolor in the future? I don't know, possibly. Really into the minimalistic aspect of just using one pen, one color, and you can get pretty fantastic pieces from it. Super realistic. I think that when you use a pen like this, you just have one tone. It's just something really like neat. I think that's pretty good. Again, I can add more lines to this very lightly and shirt effect. That also does is separates it from that reflection of Yeah. Okay. So here I went pretty heavy here. Again, I was just like, man, I want some more added here. So what heavy? So what I'm gonna do now is just kind of blend it in a little bit more. It should be darker here. But this is also like this picture. She was blasted with the flash. Her skin is very, very white. Here, let's see how we can approach. I think this pen is also done for. So another thing, because these pens are like pretty cheap, the problem is not the fact that like they're poorly made, but when you draw with them, the tip gets really hot and it starts to cause the pen to bleed a little bit. It's like that really dark spot, this dark spot. The pen like just bleeding because it's so hot. Again, it's okay. We're just practicing here. Oh point. This is pretty much page number 1, you know? Pretty much. Also depends on the type of paper you're using too. What I was saying the other day when I first started is like, for me and my limited artistic experience, I mean, I don't have any formal training or anything. Just saw somebody do this and I figured, why, I'll do this too. But even though I'm using that photo for reference, it's not really going to come out the same exact way. It's more of like, I guess, an inspiration or just kind of like something to go off of, and then just how I'm drawing it and eventually turns it into something else. Yeah, but this piece is like, the eyes are very, very different. Okay.
And you want to go really light.
But that's what's cool about pen art is like the techniques you're using are essentially just lines and then variations of those lines. You get some superb results, man. Yeah. The shadow here is pretty significant, so crossing the lines. Still want to go light. You know, deep line there. Okay. Again, not my proudest work, but just gonna work off of it, that's all. This is page 1. My I was drawing on my workbook, where I take notes for work and stuff, and there's a piece that I drew in there that I was really proud of. Should have been in this book. Alright. You can see like right there, if you can look past the photo, there's like a nice white part here. So I already kind of messed up again, but it's a learning experience. What I would do is make this line dark and this line dark, kind of give the impression of the brightness. Again, if I had this shading here, that would be good, but again, at the time I was just going for it. Same thing even under the eyelid, I can kind of try that here. That you have Pimsleur for Japanese, have Pimsleur for all the languages, bro. Feel free, go for it. Have fun. Have Pimsleur for all the languages that they provide. Premium. How did I want to do this? So. She's got some bags on her eyes. Dum dum dum. making the eye come alive a little bit, huh? Oh, what time is it? Getting hungry. Okay. Little gap. To give that impression of like skin tone. Do you think you can do Japan solo? Personally? Yeah. If you know the language enough and you know exactly what you want to do, I think so. It's a pretty safe country to go and do stuff solo. You know, relatively speaking, that's the way you go. I would do it. If you're asking if you can do it, I think so too. Again, learning the language will be the biggest help. Because they really like when you speak the language. But you can get around. I mean, you got the translation apps. When I went there, having those translation apps really help. You do a lot of this stuff by the book. All right, let's move on to the next one, huh? That was a good try. Not a try, but good effort. Yeah, I did want to try something else, which song. Ordia. There's a particular one I had in mind. You know what? It's hand reference, not arm. Nice. Nice. Oh, this one's pretty good. Shadows. It's gonna be hard though, I'll tell you that much. Especially because I don't have a pencil. I should really get a pencil. A pencil. Another one I saw. Yo, Blaze, what's up, dude? Dead? What's going on, man? How are you? It's been a while. Which one do I want to use? This one's pretty good. So another one I saw that was much simpler. It's not. Could be that. Let's go bold, man. Let's just do it, right? Go real bold. Music. What music was it? What song was that, do you know? Song is spooky. Artist time. Yeah, what up, Nick? Very wary about saying your full name. Hey, look, this is a pretty creepy hand to draw really quick, you know. So I want it like this. Or should I just do it the way they intended? What's going on, guys? How are you? And thanks for subbing, all of you guys, really. I think I don't see that, you know? See it. Shiza. Yeah, this is some spooky ass music. What's going on? This is Xenoblade Chronicles number 2. The second one. Sometimes like the music goes hard. Let's see if there's a another one we can go to. I don't like if it's just Nintendo, you know? I like it when it's like... There you go. That's a little bit more energetic. But yeah, I like video game like music. Like OST music, but... And there's not a lot of those. You know, we'll switch back and forth. Okay. I do plan to play later. I just don't know what to play. A lot I could play, I guess. But yo, Nick, I noticed that that you subbed recently, dude. So I appreciate that, man. Is that a Dominican flag? And Blaze, what's up, dude? Okay. So yeah, the goal is to get realistic, and because this is a dark photo, which is good, that means I can go heavy with the shadowing. And the light parts we can go. This is actually a good piece to practice with. So, so how do I begin? Right? That's a good question. That's the hardest part. It's to start it. Okay. And it's not gonna look the way, you know, I want it to at the end, but that's how we learn. Okay. Some Eliza. Man, this is hard. Okay. So we want to look at it as like as broad shapes, then we kind of work off of it. So I'm kind of looking at the base of the hand here, and then we can work off the fingers, you know. Being that the index finger is like the highest point, we should just work off that first. We're really light here. That was pretty dark. Okay, so I've decided by tomorrow if I'm going to Peru or Japan. Well, Peru's gonna be hard for you, ain't it? Because of your restrictions, but dude, Japan ain't that bad, bro. It ain't that bad, I'll tell you that much. And you'll have a lot of fun there. And you could do Fuji, I mean... You'll meet a lot of people there. I'm just getting the sizes of the index, so the index is pretty big. Like I said, this is gonna be very different from the final product, you know what I mean? Like, never turns out the way I want it to, unfortunately. Got some good flights to Peru. I had to modify the search a bit, but Peru has Machu Picchu and other affordable hikes. Well, if that's what you're going there for. I'm just getting the basic shape here. But a pencil would be great. Pencil. Pens like bleeding so much. Basic shapes, and then we can work off of it. That knuckle right. Is this song spooky still? Oh, it's not. We're fighting now. Reminds me, I gotta start doing the gauntlet in Sekiro. It is so dark. I mean, it looks like I'm not doing much, but I'm doing it. Let's do the thumb here. Hopefully the thumb's not too bad. So excuse me. Gonna have a little base of a layout. I don't want to go full scope with the this part of the hand here, because I'll get locked in and the proportions will be all screwed up, and proportions are hard for me. So what I'll do is I'll start with the index. With really light directional lines. Would be good for layering on later. Basically, specific here. Hey. Before I get real nervous, boys. A little bit. Our guy didn't trim it. Our guy didn't trim too much, so that's what happened there. Start doing again with just some really light lines. So you can start getting some direction. Pen drawing takes a long time, so it's gonna get it'll take a long time before it gets really sick, if it even gets there, but Hmm. Do the dark ones first. As it gets more defined, we can make more like real decisions on how the hand is actually gonna turn out. For now, I just have to make a decision on how I want it. So you can see his, my guy's fingers a little bit more like that. That's okay. Oh, this is Final Fantasy, eh? Right? It's a good track. Doo-doo-doo. Another thing is the fingernail I made here is too big in terms of the proportion of this. I got a decision here. We don't have to worry about this line. It'll get covered up, hopefully, as we start the shading process. I think that nail is a lot better than... Do some of these here too. To again establish a base. It's not belong to us, you know? That is it. I got like 10 more minutes in the stream. I'll hop on later. Do 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 do. My first time drawing a hand, so again, take a lot of practice to get to where I want it to be. You know, and more lines here. You can see how it's really white here. I go really light. But I am gonna fill it in. Take it to do. Believe it or not, this is actually like, drawing like this is pretty easy in terms of like technique. Hard part is like proportions, like that's hard. Let me get darker and darker. And it'll kind of come alive, hopefully. That's the goal. This also sucks because you gotta be light. Because you don't wanna go too dark, and then that kind of messes up your shading for later. I kind of just want to hurry it up. You know? Get the results. In terms of the shape of the finger, again, that kind of gets refined later on too. I could do two for the finger. Leave that middle section open. Again, this looks so bad right now. To me, is what I keep thinking, but again, you kind of have to keep just adding on to it, adding on to it, adding on to it, and it eventually turns into something pretty phenomenal, I hope. Again, that's the goal. See if you can get there. And I hope so. But again, there's so many shadows to work in here, it's gonna take some time. You just kind of want to get the broad shape. These are all, I'm saying all these things to remind myself, don't panic, just relax, have fun, you know? If anything, it'll look like a monkey paw, you know? Bad luck page. Okay, Shiza, let's, oh boy. Are you nervous or is that just me? Sort of coming along, just a little bit, right? A little bit. It's a lot of work for one finger, dude. It's so much more. Okay. We're little bend in the finger there. Oh boy. Finger's looking weird. So what's interesting about this is that like it's rounded, right? So we got to make sure the lines that I'm adding kind of represent that. So I don't want to throw this piece away already. You should play Rise of Ronin, the Ghost of Tsushima next. Oh yeah, Ghost of Tsushima is what I wanted to play. Ghost of Tsushima. Rise of Ronin, I think, is like a new game, right? I don't know if it's out yet, right? How much is Tsushima? It's out. Oh, is it? Oh, okay. How much is it? Full price? God, every time I look at this, I'm like, damn, this sucks. But I gotta give it time. And then you work on it, work on it, work. It's a lot about me, I guess. Like, a lot of this just has to do with how you shade. That's what I'm learning, you know? Dude, proportions suck, dude. Let's get to this knuckle, that's when I like. Kind of coming along, right? It's a little furry. A bit furry, but that's okay. Who doesn't have hair on their knuckles? Just me? I feel like, again, the shape is just what's weird, huh? I gotta feather this out a little bit. So I'll keep the top that way. I'll add a couple. Like, really? What's good about this part is that this is all black. This is gonna get all blacked out, so I don't have to worry too much. Hope. Sorry, I'm getting real close to the camera here. Maybe that fingernail needs to be a little bit more. That fingernail should be a little bit more. Fixating on details a little too much. Okay, I gotta run. But when I get back, we'll play something. We'll play something. All right, but that was a good start, I think. I mean, you know, it's a bit freaky, but we're getting there. The shadows, again, that's what it is. But I'll be back. Yo, everybody, thanks for dropping by. I gotta go eat some dinner, and I'll be back. But yo, everybody that's been subscribing recently, been watching the shorts and shit that I've been making, I really appreciate that. I know that this isn't what you expected to see out of nowhere, but it's a skill set that I want to improve on. It's fun to me. It's relaxing. You know what I mean? But we'll work it out. And again, this is something that I'm trying to get better at. The index finger is it's a little bit messed up. Maybe I gotta go longer. Yeah, look, because look at the thumb. Well, I can't. Well, I could make the thumb shorter. Right? Maybe this part's a little too... Maybe I should make the knuckle smaller. Because I could always shade up and thin this out. Maybe make this knuckle a little smaller? I don't know. I don't know, dude, to be honest with you. Shiza is hard. Shiza is hard. But look, it's coming along. It's coming along. But we're practicing. We're working through it. Guys, it's been an honor. Using a normal pen is already crazy. Yeah, but this is like the best tool to use. You want me to show you like what people can make with this kind of god darn thing? Let me show you. I appreciate your compliments, I guess. Sorry, I'm typing like an old guy because the way this whole setup is, it's whack. That's what I'm trying to say. Boom, check that out. Look at this. Same kind of pen, dude. That's crazy. Look at that. I'm trying to do that, dude. I'm trying to be like this. You know what I mean? Just with the pen, dude. Because all it is just like how much pressure you apply. And I feel like when you get like this kind of color with one pen, with one color pen, you know, I don't know, I think it's pretty awesome. It's like different. It's like crazy to kind of think about. You know what I mean? Damn. It's sick, right? Pretty sick. I mean, this is what I got before. I mean, this is what I was doing the other day. So like, we're getting there. It just takes time and practice to get like and understand where the dark spots should be versus the light spots, you know. But we're getting there. You know what I mean? And then we'll play some games too. You know what I mean? This ain't a drawing channel. This is a mewing channel and a gaming channel. I don't know. Anyway, dude, Blaze, Zero, Nick, thanks for all stopping by. I gotta go eat. I'm hungry. But I'll be back later. We'll play some games. Maybe even that climbing game, dude, just to kind of see how far we can get. Or I could do the gauntlet and see how far we get with that. Either way, we're having fun. But I'll see you. See you soon.